Hello friend, Trin here. We're gonna be going over the hunter trees. I'm gonna go kind of more of a generalized look on all of these. I'm not looking to go too in depth, but I just kind of want to start getting the gears turning on different ways that we could kind of manipulate the builds and really show how much each of these specs have some pretty fun gimmicks to them. I've played a hunter for over 12 years. I've been primarily marksman, playing survival now, obviously because it's so busted to get the big damage in. And Beast Mastery I actually haven't been super excited for in years. I arguably up until now, there's some pretty cool things coming from that. You know, it's the spec where it's like you're new or you're leveling, and it just makes it so much easier to get through content. You know, because your pet's taking all the damage. You could solo elites or bosses earlier than most classes and specs. Now it looks like it's getting a really big change to it. So let's get started here with the marksmanship tree. I kind of want to look at a PvP build and see what we can do with that. So obviously marksmanship on the hunter side, you start with kill shot. So we're going to get kill shot. Going to go into post haste for that extra speed and breakaway. We got our improved kill shot to get a crit damage increase of 25%. That's huge to really get in that last hit. I'm not going to go natural mending. We're going to go concussive into trailblazer. Love trailblazer. Counter shot, that is absolutely necessary. I'm going to go, obviously don't need misdirection. We are going into trank shot. I'm not going to touch thick hides because even though we're going to work towards having a pet out, I don't plan on buffing the pet too much because there's a lot we can get out of our own abilities and improvements. So let's go to improve trank shot. Cool. I'm gonna go binding. I just prefer binding. Scatter shot's great. I find it interesting that they're gonna make us pick between these two, which is fair. But I definitely am gonna take binding shot over scatter. Now, mind you, it's important to consider that as a marksman, you get binding shot as a base ability. The other two specs you actually have to point into it in the talent trees. So I'm okay with this because of that. I'm totally okay with this. Now, the one thing I absolutely love is the fact that you can get Trailblazer and Camo. That is huge. Having that mobility when you're in Viz at the same time is just massive. It'll be a lot easier to get placement and kind of just like, or even breaking away. If you're gonna feign into Camo, this is it. Trailblazer, you got 3 seconds, 3 extra seconds of just, if you can not get caught, if you can survive, if you cannot get hit by an AoE, you boom, zoomies. You're gonna be doing zoomies. Hunter zoomies all day. And with agile movement, plus 6%, awesome. We're also gonna put in a point into intimidation, get a nice solid stun out of that. That is a painful stun. I've been hit by it, and I hate it, but I want to be able to use it as a marksman, so that's amazing. And one of the other things I noticed too is you could also go high explosive trap. And what we're gonna see later on in the tree is that hunters are getting all the traps. It is possible for you to point into every single trap, which is awesome. Really buffing up the utility aspect of what it means to be a hunter. So let's see, we're gonna do improved traps. We want binding shackles. This could be massive. You know, someone hits their cooldowns and they're going in. You hit them with an intimidation, and it looks like, let's see, targets knocked back by explosive or stunned by intimidation deal. So even if they break out of the stun, they're still gonna lose 20% off the top. Yes, they'll get more uptime if they get out of it quicker, but yeah, they're just gonna lose 20% off the top, which is really big, really big. That could be a good countermeasure for people who have a huge burst potential. Okay, now into the lower tier, or higher tier, I should say. We're gonna get Keen Eyesight, that's 6% crit. We're gonna go into Chimera. We're gonna get them Death Chakrams, which is a Necro Hunter ability currently. Love it, it's great. I'm gonna want to go into Trapping Apparatus. We're gonna get a lot of focus generation out of that. Since I'm not gonna be going into the rapid fire route on the marksmanship tree, I do want a little added focus generation, and if we can get a 20-second freezing trap and just keep throwing it as every time it's up, that'd be great. Let's see, especially 45 focus. Yeah, that's great. You could just do that mid-fight to break. You could use that as a soft interrupt. You know, you're breaking a cast if you can throw it at the right time. And steel trap, absolutely going into steel trap. How many points we got left? 2 points. 2 points. 2 points. 2 points. Do I want to go barrage, or do I potentially want to go? Has a chance to make your next Serpent Sting cost no focus and deal an additional 250% initial damage. Fire a shot that poisons a target, causing them to instantly an additional nature over 18 seconds. See, that could be a nice dot, and that will help with sustain. But I also want this bleed. I think this bleed would be really good to have, though I don't think I want to point into barrage to get it. So you know what? Let's go with this. Let's go with Serpent Sting, and I think I'm going to go... Serpent Sting's damage applies latent poison to the target, stacking up to 10 times. Barb Shot, Aim Shot consumes all stacks of latent poison. So the one thing I don't like about stacking is that if you're going to commit to the stack, how high is the possibility that who you're attacking doesn't have a stack clear? A way to clear the poison. So I think I would go Viper's Venom just to have that higher initial hit. Maybe to have a more generalized damage. Or we could go Serpent Sting and just drop into Explosive Shot, which is also a possibility. But I think I'm just going to do this for now. Just do Viper's Venom with Serpent Sting. All right, so to the marksmanship tree. Obviously, aim shot. We're going to go precise shots. 75% more damage. Killing blow, amazing. This is wild. Kill shot critical strike chance increased by 20% with 2 points. That is huge. We're going to go into Hunter's Knowledge. So we have aim shot critical strike increased by 10%. We're going to get careful aim, get that initial burst. Or if they reheal, you're going to be doing more damage when your enemy tops off. Bullseye, this is another big one. I don't think for PvP though, it would depend. So when your abilities damage a target below 20% health, you gain 1% increased critical strike chance for 6 seconds, stacking up to 30 times with 2 points. This to me would depend greatly on how much their health is rubber banding, and if they're just kind of like dancing that kill shot range, I could see that being good, because as they bounce back and forth, all it's doing is buffing your ability to pressure them even harder into not being able to survive by increasing your crit and increasing your crit chance, and more and more likely to crit. So I could go with that, but let's go with True Aim for now. Let's get a little more sustain. Arcane multi-shot. We're gonna want multi-shot. We're gonna go into trick shots. That's a good one to have for rats. You want to take out them rats. It'll help. Salvo. Okay, trick shot fades. Your next multi-shot will deal 200% additional damage. We're getting that. Actually, I don't have to get that, because I wasn't planning on going down this route to double tap. So we could, in theory, forego trick shot and multi-shot. So I want to see how this would play out point-wise. All right, so let's forego multi-shot and trick shot. And let's go into Death Blow. All right, so we got aim shot. Has a 10% chance to grant a charge of kill shot and cause your next shot to be usable on any target regardless of their current health. This is massive. This is a massive one. Definitely going with that. We're not going Lone Wolf because we're going to have a pet. So since we want to go farther down, we're going to have to go into Bursting Shot, which is really good to have. That's a really good utility. And we also want Quick Shot, which is kill shot causes aim shot to recharge 60% faster. And let's see, we have 5 more points to invest. So let's go 2 into Steady Focus. Maybe Quick Load. I kind of like the idea of Quick Load. Actually, let's do Improved Steady Shot as well. I think I'll throw a point into that. And then, you know what? Maybe one Improved Arcane Shot, Focus Cost. Oh, that could be good too. Reducing focus cost. Oh wait, you know what? I totally missed that we didn't get focused aim. Aim shot damage increased by 10%. Yeah, a flat increase. That's good. Kill shot has 2 charges. We want that. True shot for sure. Lock and load absolutely. So Serpent Stalker's Trickery, I really liked this Lego. This was a Lego in Shadowlands. This was actually the first one to be super big in terms of marksman bested slot legendary, having the Serpent Sting damage. Now, the cool thing is if you do want to go this route, that's where the Serpent Sting on the Hunter Tree and the Viper's Venom can really buff up that damage quite a bit. But we're not going to do that. So instead we're going to go Calling the Shots. And we're going to go to Eagle Talon's True Focus because we really want to get up that focus generation since we won't be generating it with trick shots. So this is going to be a glut of a build, a focus glut of a build. However, if it works, this could be deadly. This could be absolutely deadly. So I still have 4 points left. I kind of want to go Wailing Arrow, go get that silence. Now 3 more points. Where do we want to go with this? 3 more points. I could go Windrunners. This is Legacy of the Windrunner. I'm curious about this one. This one to me could be really fun because you're just going to be shooting arrows. You're going to be like machine gunning arrows. Hunters are going to be Gatling guns when it comes to this because if I'm doing 6 shots with every aim shot, and then I kill shot, causing my aim shot to recharge faster, and then my aim shot having a chance to cause my kill shot to be fired at any time, yes, it's a proc fest. I get it. But at the same time, I think it's fun in that if you can manage the procs properly, and focus more on your placement and reacting with utility, this could be really fun. And I'll just go with 1 point to Windrunner's Guidance. I don't think I'm missing anything super crucial here. Like we could go Rapid Fire. It's increased, causes next aim shot to cast faster, which, like, fine. That's, oh, hello, buddy. How are you? That's my cat. So, we could go Volley, Sharpshooter, Double Tap. And no, Double Tap is a big one. Double Tap is a massive opener. But I feel like the thing with Double Tap is it's too telegraphed. You know, if it's every minute, you're gonna get your Double Tap every minute, and you know, I would like this to be a little more of an unpredictable build, for better or worse, right? It's a double-edged sword. So avoiding Double Tap, yes, you lose the initial chance to essentially one-tap people right from the go, but you increase your ability to just be a force to be reckoned with. As long as you can properly manage your focus, I think this could be really fun. So yeah, that's PvP, or at least one way that I would try building a PvP marksman. I think this is really fun. Let's just take a quick look into Beast Mastery. One thing that I'm super excited about with Beast Mastery that seems really fun, and I haven't been too stoked on Beast Mastery in years. I mean, it's the class you play to level a little easier if you want to have like a little more cruising speed, leveling experience through you know, MSQs and whatnot. You know, you want to solo a boss, sure, go Beast Mastery. Your pets will tank it all, and all you just got to do is hit Men Pet over and over and over again. Which again, you have improved Men Pet now in your base Hunter tree, which is great. But one thing I wanted to a couple things I wanted to touch on with Beast Mastery that I find very interesting is the fact that you are basically leaning more into Rexxar, the way that Rexxar would handle being a Beast Master. I've always said this a lot. I've always imagined a tank hunter spec because it's possible. When you consider something like Rexxar, he had Misha, right? Misha is massive bear, takes the damage of everything, and to have the ability for your pets to be controlled by the hunter or to be assisted by the hunter as a sort of tank thing where you could position them and almost micro them, right? So microing your pets. But obviously that's a tall order for that spec. But anyway, so going back into Beast Mastery, a couple things that I find fascinating is the dire beast. So when you summon the dire beast, right? So we already have 2 pets for when you get animal companion. You don't have to, but if you go animal companion, you have 2 pets out, right? That's the standard beast mastery thing. Now, dire beast, 3rd pet. And then we go down to Call of the Wild. You sound the Call of the Wild, summoning 2 of your active pets for 20 seconds. During this time, a random pet from your stable will appear every 4 seconds to assault your target for 6 seconds. So that's like, what, 5 to 6 pets at once? Given you pop Dire Beast, you pop Call of the Wild. Summoning Dire Beast increases the damage of your station. Okay, that's just a buff to your abilities. And then Stomp, if you can, let's see if we could point this. We could likely point that together. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we'll want focus generation here. I'm just gonna I'm not even gonna look at these abilities right now. We'll do load quiver, sure. Cobra shot, yup. Increase maximum focus. Okay, I guess I'm gonna read them. All pet damage, yes, so we want that. Dire Beast, obviously. So let's go increase critical chance. So let's go down to Call of the Wild Call. Great near pet 5-second focus generation. Wild Call has 5 to 10% increased chance to reset the cooldown of Barb Shot. Sure. Let's go that way. And then let's also get actually 2 points to move down instead of 3. In for the kill. We have what? We have 2 points left to spend. So let's put it into, I don't know. Let's just do Aspect of the Wild and or no, let's put it into, actually, what's this? Barb Shot, Barb Wrath. Cooldown of Beast of Wrath, Aspect of the Wild, and cooldown of Aspect of the Wild. Yeah, sure, let's do that, and then we'll do a point into Kindred Spirits. Do Barb Wrath, Call of the Wild, and then, while Call of the Wild is active, Barb Shot is 24%. So this is just a buff to your abilities, obviously. While Call of the Wild is Barb Shot affects all of your summoned pets. So obviously, if we're going for the full rat build, that's what we're gonna want to get. But let's see if we can get to Stomp, right? So 1, done. Look at that. Your pet stomps the ground doing so. So this is all the pets? Do all the pets stomp? Because I know that when you have Stomp on your dual pets, it affects both pets. And I would assume that Barb Shot affects all of your summoned pets. When you cast Barb Shot, your pet stomps, right? Right? Is this what I'm gathering here? Because if so, friggin' cool. That is, you can literally have an army of pets just completely obliterating your enemy. And mix that with something like Stampede. If you go into Stampede and you get all your pet damage buffs here, this is like the true rat class, or the true rat spec. You have Ret, you got your Ret Pallies, and you're gonna have Rat Hunters. And I think this build, or something to the avail of this build, will be the Rat Hunter build, which could be really annoying to fight against, especially in BGs. Depending on the cooldown of Call of the Wild and all of this other, Dire Beast and all that stuff. But that's super fun. I'm excited for that. And then Survival. So I currently play Survival on my main hunter for PvE. I know they're doing really great in PvP right now, but I have my marksman hunter for PvP, and I just hate swapping. That's it. I don't like swapping specs, so I have them as their own, and I'm gonna keep it that way. I also don't like having a ton of gear in my bags. So let's see. So we got Raptor Strike, Harpoon. Harpoon's super fun. So the thing with Survival that I went into before, when I looked into it, is this could have a really cool synergy with how you fight with your pet. And I think in terms of the fighting style, Survival's quick. It's a really fast spec, and I think that moving quickly and buffing your pet while your pet also buffs you, it seems like a very visceral play style as a melee, where it's literally you and your companion going in and defeating your enemy. And so when you go all the way down into like your kill commands and really buffing up like the reset of kill command 25% with 3 points. So let's do that, right? We go into that. Tip of the Spear, increase kill command damage of your next Raptor Strike, right? So then we go into Mongoose Bite, which is really good. And then we get Carve. Carve is great. You got your multi-target frontal hit. I think it's frontal, right? Yeah, it's frontal. Flanking strike, you and your pet leap to the target. Okay, so this is kind of like harpoon, but it's you and your pet. And it generates focus, so I kind of like that. And if you get harpoon, that means you could, you know, go back and forth depending if you're jumping targets. That could be really annoying. That could be really annoying if you're leaping from target to target, depending on who or where you're fighting. I would say in like a PvP aspect. I'm just looking at this as more of a bare bones, not necessarily one versus the other. But let's see, sweeping spear, sure, we'll increase that damage. Frenzy strike, carve reduces remaining cooldown, wildfire bomb. So we're not going wildfire bomb with this build. Raptor strike, increased damage, kill command damage increased, right? So we're just getting flat passives. Like, and here's the thing, I don't mind passives. I do not mind passives as long as you can build around the passives in a way that you enjoy and what fits your playstyle. So with how much utility we're getting, right? We have all these traps and interrupts and counters and, you know, now we have, you know, stings and dots and whatever you want to build into. We have all of these buttons to push. I know it's nowhere near as much as an affliction lock, but still, with all of this, we're going to have our core abilities and our core things that we do, and then it's all going to be dependent on how well we can balance these passives and how well the synergy between those passives work. And I think ultimately that's what I appreciate the most about this, because as a hunter, I have to focus less on queuing up a super convoluted combo, and I can focus more on providing utility. And that to me is what separates a fun hunter versus kind of just like, well, I'm a hunter because I do a lot of damage, and you know, I know how to press my buttons in the correct order. And that's not, like, sure, that can be fun. If that's fun for you, that's great, but that's just not how I feel I want to play it. So like Marksman, for example, in PvE, in 9.0, I got the rotation. I was doing huge damage, but I was just bored. I got very bored with it. Versus survival, which is super quick, and you're just, you know, you're hoping for your wildfire procs and throwing out the bombs, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's, you know, it's really dependent on how you like to play, but I don't mind. I heard a few people, at least a few of my friends, saying that they don't really like the how passive heavy that these trees are. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all, especially when you throw in things like the Call of the Wild and the Legacy of the Windrunners, which I'm super interested to see how that is for the marksman. But yeah, so anyway, going back into this tree, Frenzy strike, carve reduces me and cooldown wildfire. So we're not going wildfire bomb, so we don't need that. Ranger melee attacks. That's interesting. So you have 3 yard increased melee. That's fascinating. Increased crit damage, sure. Coordinated assault, I like that. And then you do coordinated kill, and then birds of prey. So you have your carve or your raptor strike increases the duration of your coordinated assault by 1.5. And then you also have kill command, has a 100% chance increased 100% increased critical strike chance after resetting while coordinated assault is active. So it's basically guaranteed crits. So if you can focus up your resets here, if you can get your resets going, this is going to be, to me, maybe like a haste heavy build where you just keep popping kill command as much as you can, or keep refreshing kill command as much as you can, and you don't have to worry about your crit. Like, you could literally just depend heavily on haste and just have these and rely on these procs. But who knows? You know, it really, at the end of the day, it depends on how the secondary stats will affect our specs. You know, when you have your crit and you have your haste and your mastery and your versatility, obviously versatility is probably going to be the same thing it has been. But the stat weight and how much the stat weight affects, if there is, you know, the points of diminishing returns, if those numbers change at all, we'll see. But I think in terms of just the general playstyle, I'm actually pretty excited about this. I'm super interested about Legacy of the Windrunners, and I'm definitely interested to see about making a Rexxar style hunter that's just literally a master of beasts that covers the field in wild. I'm gonna make a Tauren hunter, and I'm just gonna throw cleft hoofs at everybody. I'm just gonna lob cleft hoofs everywhere, or have an army of worms, or, you know, whatever, with the exotic beasts, or an army of raptors. It's just, the possibilities seem super fun, but also, depending on how strong those summons are for Call of the Wilds, that could have the potential to get really busted. So who knows? We'll see. You know, mix that with Stomp. That's it for this one. Thank you for joining and watching and making it to the end. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you think. And are you excited? Are you not excited? I know most people are not excited. They think whatever. You know, the rogue tree definitely got a lot of attention, considering a lot of the abilities that are being brought back to things like the subtlety spec, which I'm not a huge rogue player, so I don't know too much, but I do know a couple of the abilities on there that are concerning. The rogues are the bane of my existence as a hunter. They always have been and they always will be. However, I feel like on the hunter side of things, these traps and my mobility can help give me a little more edge over rogues, as long as they don't, you know, continue to have the break out of stealth one-shot wombo combo. But who knows? So yeah, that is all. Take care, friend.